My son is an addict. When he told me that he was an addict, my first reaction were the words in my mind that said, "No, you're not." I can remember the scene. It was heartbreaking. He was sobbing on the floor like a child and trying to tell us that he was an addict, and my mind wouldn't let me think that. Jason was the cutest little boy. He was just a happy boy, and he had a sister just 2 years older, and they were best of friends. He was well-loved, well-liked. He was kind of a natural leader, and kids followed him. And sometimes when he got into mischief, they followed him into mischief. I think if I could talk to that mother who was young into addiction with a loved one, I would just calm her down and say, don't give up on that little glimmer of hope. All the help we were doing and everything we were trying to rescue him and save him and pay off Check City on bad checks that bounced, all of that was just adding to the sickness and the craziness and adding to the disease and allowing the disease to go on. I wish I'd learned earlier not to talk to him in accountability, like asking him questions with yes and no answers where he had to say, yes, I did that, no, I didn't do that. You try bargaining, and the bargaining about if you can do this and we'll do this, and I mean, you become so desperate, you make checklists for them. You write down little things you want them to do, and then you feel really good if somehow they'll tell you they have done it. But the truth is, lying is a symptom of the disease. I wish I could have gotten past my pain and my despair to have been able to reach out with a more understanding heart. He was suffering on a totally different level than I could appreciate until the years went on, and then you could appreciate a little bit of his suffering. What I knew well was what my suffering was. Mine was unbearable. And there isn't a day you don't wake up where you don't feel that there is a cloud. That day is a cloudy day. And you get really good at when people say, how's your family? How's Jason? Changing the subject, or just telling them, oh, great, and then moving on. As I began to read more and understand more, I realized that I was contributing. I was doing them unaware, but I was shaming him. And there were times that were not kind what I was doing. Things I wouldn't have even dreamed. They were not healthy things that we were doing in our family. I knew I wanted to change him. I didn't want to ever do anything that would hurt anyone in the family again. I look back and I realize that it wasn't my goal as a parent, or nor do I think it should have been my role to have produced a child step by step that would turn out like this, whatever his checklist was looking like in my book. But the most power I ever had over Jason and with Jason through this whole episode was love. And I think my role as a parent, whatever his journey was going to be on earth, and it has been a doozy, is to just walk with him and love him and encourage him and believe in him. Through recovery, I can see my son as a person that I didn't know was in there, because he not only is sober, he's embracing the principles of recovery, of kindness, of taking responsibility, of serving others, of making amends with people, all the wonderful principles that are there. And I look at Jason now and I can't imagine, I couldn't have imagined that much joy for him. I couldn't have imagined that much freedom for him. If you don't have hope one day, just think of Jason's story and Jason's mother and take some of my hope and realize that miracles can happen.